Hi bachao. Last time we have studied nutrition in organisms. Today we are going to study respiration in different organisms. Now we have seen that organisms take energy from their food, but how do they consume that energy? For that we need to learn respiration. So what is respiration? The process in which living organisms obtains energy. Again, what is respiration? The process in which living organism obtains energy. It obtains energy from what? It obtains energy from the nutrition that we have taken by eating food. So there are two types of respiration, or we can say there are two parts of respiration. One is external and second one is internal. External respiration is out of cell. What do we mean by out of cell? So external respiration can be mean by exhalation or inhalation of oxygen or carbon dioxide. Now we will first take a look at external or out of cell respiration. Now let us see here. The figure that is drawn on the board is human respiratory system. There is a nasal passage, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi. Okay, now let us see here. What happens? In human beings, air is taken into the body through nostril. Now that air passes through nasal passage, and now that air is filtered by fine hair and mucus that is present in nasal passage. Now that air will go into pharynx and larynx. Now pharynx and larynx is protected by epiglottis. Okay, it is a flap, leaf like a flap that protects entering food from our into windpipe. Larynx is a voice box. Now air will go into lungs. Now when we look into the lungs divides into smaller and smaller and smaller parts or tubes and finally terminate into this balloon-like structure. This balloon-like structure are known as alveoli. And this alveoli has a blood vessel connected to them. Now these blood vessels will transport air, or we can say oxygen, into the different parts of the body. Okay, let us think again. What happens here? The air comes into the nasal passage, it will go into the lungs, now into alveoli. Now alveoli transports oxygen. Okay, alveoli transport oxygen into cell. Okay, now there is a problem. What is the problem? To transport oxygen to different part of the body, the whole body, there is a method called diffusion. But large organism like us, diffusion takes a longer time. If we can say, if our body contains diffusion, or the process of transferring oxygen is done by the method called diffusion, it will take 3 years to transfer oxygen from our lungs to our toes. 3 years, we would die because of that. Okay, we cannot live without air more than 3 minutes, but it takes 3 years to get our oxygen from our lungs to our toes. So there is a pigment, a respiratory pigment in a blood or a red blood cell that contains hemoglobin. So transport of oxygen. Okay, so transport of oxygen will be done by hemoglobin. Now that hemoglobin carries the oxygen through all parts of the body and each cell of a body. There is also another gas, carbon dioxide, Now carbon dioxide is easily dissolved in water. So that is why the transport of CO2 can be done as diffusion. Okay, once again bacha, what happens? The transport of oxygen is very important, but it cannot transport due to the method of diffusion. Why it cannot transport the method of diffusion? It is simple, because oxygen is not very good dissolver into water, but carbon dioxide is. So carbon dioxide can transfer from body to alveoli to lungs to our nose through the method of diffusion. But for that transport of oxygen, for that there is a hemoglobin, and that hemoglobin will transfer oxygen through whole part of the body. Okay, why do we need even oxygen, right? Why each cell of our body needs oxygen? So there is something is waiting there. What is waiting there? What we have eaten, and that nutrition, now that nutrition was transferred into what? Glucose. So what happens in our cell? There is a glucose. Now glucose will transfer into in cytoplasm. Okay, glucose will transfer into cytoplasm. Now this glucose will turn into pyruvate. Now this glucose will turn into pyruvate. Pyruvate is a 3-carbon molecule. Okay. So what happens? There is a glucose in cell. In cytoplasm, this glucose will convert into pyruvate, 3-carbon molecule. But also what we have supplied to each cell of our body? Oxygen. So what happens? There is a mitochondria in each cell. Now this pyruvate and will enter into mitochondria, and this oxygen also will enter into mitochondria, and they will create a chemical reaction. So what kind of a chemical reaction? What happens here? The pyruvate plus oxygen, or we can say in the presence of oxygen, will create or will give us a product CO2 H2O plus energy. Now the energy that we have obtained, will immediately will be used to synthesize a molecule called ATP. The molecule called ATP. What is ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. So what happens when we get energy from pyruvate? This energy will be converted into ATP. How does it convert it into ATP? So there is a molecule called ADP. ADP is a diphosphate. So another inorganic phosphate is there that is added by giving energy. What energy? That we have obtained, and that will convert into ATP, and that is how the energy is stored in each cell of our body, and that will be in use in the future of our different kind of works that cell do. Now this process that has happened is a respiration, but that is a special kind of a respiration. This respiration is called aerobic respiration. This is called aerobic respiration. Okay. There is also other kind of a respiration is there. When we do excessive exercise, okay, excessive physical work, exercise, we can play sport or some kind of, you have seen athletics or in cricket, they have cramps. Why do they have cramps? So there is another kind of a respiration, and that respiration happen in muscle cell. That kind of respiration happens in muscle cell. So in muscle cells, this respiration happens, lack of oxygen. What happens? Okay, this glucose will turn into pyruvate. We know that this is your intermediate product. Glucose will always turn into pyruvate. Now this pyruvate will turn into energy. Why? Because we need energy. But what happens? Because of a lack of oxygen, it will not create carbon dioxide or H2O, water. It will create lactic acid. Okay, once again bacha, what happens? In our muscle cell, because of a lack of oxygen, the pyruvate will not convert it into CO2 or H2O. It will convert it into lactic acid. Now this acid creates cramps. So this is your aerobic respiration. There is also another respiration. In absence of oxygen, now that is known as anaerobic respiration. Okay, in absence of oxygen, anaerobic respiration happens. Now in absence of oxygen, what happens? So there is an organism called yeast. So in yeast, the glucose will turn into pyruvate. Again, in each organism, glucose turns into pyruvate. That is your intermediary product. Now that pyruvate, 3 carbon molecule, will turn, because of an absence of oxygen, into ethanol plus CO2 plus energy. Okay, so we can see from here that there are 2 types of respiration: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration happens in the presence of oxygen or in a lack of oxygen, but anaerobic respiration happens in the absence of oxygen. Now presence of oxygen and absence of oxygen are very important. Why? Because look at here, the reactants that we have taken is glucose in each one of them, but the amount of oxygen will turn each product differently. So what we can say that to burn this, okay, think of it as a fuel. Okay, the way we need petrol in our bike or a car, think of it as a fuel. To burn this we need ignition, right? Those ignition is provided by oxygen. Now that oxygen does what? Transfer this into this. And now that energy is very important. So aerobic respiration happens in human beings. Yeast-like organism performs anaerobic respiration. Of course, the energy that we get from aerobic respiration is much more from anaerobic respiration. So this is your respiration. Once again, let us see what happens here. So we can say that the process in which living organism obtains energy. Now we want to obtain energy. Because of that, we need to first have to take oxygen from air, and that will be through nostril. It will be into transfer into nasal passage, into pharynx, larynx, into lungs, and into a balloon-like structure called alveoli. Now alveoli is connected to a extensive web of blood vessels. Now they are connected into extensive blood vessel that will transport oxygen, because blood vessel contains hemoglobin. Now oxygen will be transferred into mitochondria. Before that, glucose will transfer into cytoplasm as a pyruvate. Now this pyruvate will be transformed due to this oxygen into carbon dioxide, water and energy. This carbon dioxide again will diffuse into blood. It will go into alveoli, through lungs and through out of our nose. Okay. There is also another kind of a respiration in human beings, in muscle cells. When we do excessive exercise or any excessive physical activity, it is happened is due to lack of oxygen. Pyruvate will convert into lactic acid plus energy. Now in absence of oxygen, there is also another kind of respiration. It is known as anaerobic respiration. In anaerobic respiration, the glucose will turn into again pyruvate, but due to absence of oxygen, the glucose will turn into ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. So this is the way that our human respire. Okay, next time bacha we will look at the transportation. Till then, stay blessed.